Good evening. We present the news summary. President Wavel Ramkalawan and the European ambassador to Seychelles today opened the new Ansopin fish market and its other facilities. The project also includes 20 gay stores, an ice plant, and administrative offices. There's also a slipway and a pontoon for the benefit of boat owners. The project amounts to 23.5 million rupees funded by the European Union. The Minister for Fisheries and the Blue Economy, Jean-François Ferrari, called on fishermen to take ownership of the new facilities and ensure that they are properly maintained. The students of the Seychelles Maritime Academy will soon be able to have hands-on experience in docking and mooring with the construction of a new quay at the Academy. In a short ceremony this afternoon, the Minister for Fisheries and the Blue Economy, Jean-François Ferrari, unveiled the commemorative plaque. He was accompanied by the European Union Ambassador to Seychelles, Oscar Benedict. The project, funded by the European Union, is at a cost of 8 million rupees.
The quay will be a cornerstone to the Academy infrastructure, supporting our mission to provide top-tier maritime education and fostering a stronger connection between our students, faculty, and industry's partners. With this facility, our students will be to appreciate hands-on experience in a real-world maritime education, as they will be able to practice docking, mooring, procedures, cargo handling, vessels, maintenance directly on site. They will also be able to conduct field research on various maritime topics, such as tidal patterns, environmental impacts of maritime activities, and innovative port practices. The quay will also be a boost to our maritime simulation programs, as it will allow the students to apply theoretical knowledge in a controlled, practical environment. Equally, our faculty members will have a tangible asset to enhance their curriculum, using this quay to demonstrate practical application of classroom lessons.
This year, Seychelles has remained on tier 1 in the United States Department report on trafficking in persons. The report is based on information collected last year. In a press conference this morning, there was a presentation on the work done, as well as those still being done by the Trafficking in Persons Division in the Ministry of Internal Affairs and other partners. The United States Ambassador to Seychelles, Henry Jardine, says he is pleased with the Seychelles' progress to remain on tier 1 for the TIPS report.
It's an issue that affects many countries. It affects the United States as well. And it's an issue that, in a way, will never be resolved. But it's an issue that requires focus and attention. And I think that focus and attention was really demonstrated by the government, the people, the organizations of Seychelles that really are seeking to address this issue of trafficking in persons. And it's a great achievement. And I think, as we saw Michelle outlined, some of the aspects of the work that was done, and I think it's impressive when you think about just how much is required in this process. As the key areas of sort of when we look at it, and I know as Seychelles looked at, there's sort of these key pillars. For us, the three key pillars are the idea of the prevention, the protection, and the prosecution. And those are three broad areas, but each of them have very specific, discrete things that have to be done. And again, Seychelles has been doing that. It's been providing comprehensive services and referrals for individuals identified as tip victims. It's been improving the conditions of shelters and assistance provided to victims. It's increasing efforts to prevent trafficking and significantly boosting the budget for tip activities. It's implementing formal standard operating procedures to guide officials in the proactive screening of vulnerable populations. So these are some of the key, I think, positive steps that were taken that were recognized in this annual report. And while there were fewer convictions reported, The report did note that the law enforcement in Seychelles investigated, again, 8 trafficking cases, which included multiple victims, including 2 for sex trafficking, 5 for labor trafficking. Some of these are noted in this report. I think Michelle highlighted others. And I think that reflects, you've got a broader reporting period, and there's been more activities that the Trafficking Persons team has been doing.
The United States is celebrating its 248th years of its independence on the 4th of July. A reception was organized last night at Escal Resort and Spa to celebrate the occasion. The event was attended by many dignitaries from all 3 branches of government. And the NGO Friends of Northeast Point Hospital and Hospice, along with Nouveau Bank, Kiblen Wallace, and Hilton Seychelles, have donated rehabilitation equipment to the healthcare agency. The chief executive officer of the agency, Dr. Daniel Louange, accepted the donation from the chairperson of Friends of Northeast Point Hospital and Hospice, Rosemary Blummer. The donation amounts to over 319,000 rupees. First Lady Linda Ramkalawan was present at the event, along with representatives of donors, staff, and patients of the Northeast Point Hospital and Hospice.
It is through our interaction with the physiotherapy team that we concluded that they needed a tilt table, which basically this machine is to help paralyzed people, to help them get the feeling of what it's like to stand up again. And also it obviously helps the circulation of the body, which is very important, essential as part of the therapy sessions. And also we have the quadriceps bench machine here. And this is basically to strengthen your quads muscles for the leg. It's a very important part of, especially when you have a knee replacement operation. The third equipment is the Arjo Saraflex Sit to Raise machine. This equipment actually supports the therapist to help mobilize patients with limited movement or restricted movement to come from the bed to undertake certain activities.
And this was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.